Attack of the show. Attack.
Chris Hardwick, ladies and gentlemen!
Here it is.
Welcome back, sir. The big day is here.
Yes, it is.
The iPad has arrived!
Let's see if we agree about it.
We probably won't.
What?
They say it's magical. They say it's revolutionary. And now it's finally here. The iPad. Weighing only 1.5 pounds and employing a 9.7-inch multi-touch display, the iPad makes full use of the 150,000 apps in the App Store through Wi-Fi or 3G. Plus, with iBooks, iWork productivity software, browsing the web, email, iTunes, and a ton more uses, this tablet has officially arrived, starting at $500.
iPad! iPad!
Okay. Wait a minute. Before we get to the review, I just want to talk about how polarizing this device is and just about how it has really absorbed people. Like,
let me paraphrase real quick.
Okay.
Chris got in a fight with the internet this weekend.
I got a fight with Twitter.
You argued on the internet.
I know. Listen. It was kind of early. I didn't wipe the sleep out of my eyes, and I'm like, how dare you, Twitter? So
What happened? People got upset because
I said I was using it, and I
Right.
thought it was gorgeous, and I liked it, and I got a lot of stuff that was like, unfollow, dude. Like, people got mad, and everyone tells me how much it sucks. Everyone's telling me how it's just a giant iPod Touch. Mind you, these are people who haven't touched the device.
Right.
Yet they're telling you exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's the
That's
internet.
My favorite part of the internet is when they say to me, I have the device in my hand, and they go, hey, Chris Hardwick, you're dumb. It's just a big iPod Touch. Well, no, it's not, people.
Whoa.
It's a more robust experience.
we chatted
than
on
just an
Sunday
iPod
and you were
Touch.
so much calmer about things. It was like you came to terms with the internet being the internet.
They just got so crappy, and people were like, why do I need this? And I'm like, you don't need 90% of the crap in your life. You don't need a TV. You don't really need a phone.
Right.
Like, you just
You're having
have
that
those
discussion on
things.
Twitter, a service you have absolutely no real
You
use
don't need
for.
that
But that's
either.
all right.
You don't need an Xbox. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, you just don't need all those
Right.
things to live. We have them because we like them.
Well, let's tell them if we like the iPad and if they actually need one.
All right.
Compared to other devices, the iPad is extremely unique and unlike anything else we've used. I mean, we've seen tablets before, but not.
I spit on it because I was
That was
excited.
some nerd shuttle.
I got some nerd rage, yeah.
There we go. It's about the size of a piece of paper. That's 8 by 10, since most of you have never used paper. Half an inch thick, heavier than you might expect. So I don't know. The whole notion of this is, oh, ebooks, and we're going to be reading and watching
Right.
videos for extended periods
Right.
of time. Is the heaviness, is that getting in the way?
Well, here's what's interesting about it is because it's a new type of device, people don't know how to deal with it yet. Like,
Right.
even when you watch the video on Apple.com of the guy using it, he's kind of awkwardly like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in iPad heaven,
Right.
trying to. But like I said, you can't hold it up forever, even though the size is nice. You have to put it on a desk, and then you kind of hover over it, which is
Right.
a little awkward. I mean, obviously they wouldn't put a kickstand on it because that ruins the aesthetic.
Right.
So
It would be functional. We can't
how
have that.
best do you? I mean, like the virtual keyboard is great, but typing on, like getting onto the keyboard
Right.
is the awkward part.
You're either here with it or I guess you're here.
right, or you're
That's
reclining.
it. Like, just people are randomly going to be seated like this now
or
everywhere.
you're just gonna have to curl up in a Starbucks like you're a Jane Austen character writing in a diary.
Yeah. Now, the touchscreen is probably the most striking feature of the iPad, mainly because it's huge, 9.7 inches,
Yep.
LED backlit.
Yep.
Is it everything that we'd expect from a product that's branded Apple?
It definitely is. I mean, if you've used an iPhone, then you'll know how to use this, and even if you
Because
haven't,
it's just like a larger iPhone.
It
is
is
what
just
it is,
like-
right? Yes, you started to say it. You started to say it.
I will pop your head off like a chicken. It's immediately intuitive. You said you saw like 4-year-olds using it online.
There were, yeah. I saw videos of them using it. I wasn't
Right.
awkwardly leering.
Right.
No, it was amazing to see. Like, there was a video of a 6- and 8-year-old kid that had, I was using DOS at those days and getting very
Yeah, my
frustrated.
first computer was in 1981, and it was command line, and it's
Yeah.
like, of
Here
course
they're
I want something simpler.
Pinch and zooming, and they immediately get it. So that was cool to see that the interface is that
Well, I'm glad
intuitive.
you mentioned pinch and zoom, because of course it does that too.
Ah.
The keyboard also works well, but again, like I said, you got to hover over it. So there we are, typing over it. Even though it's got an oleophobic screen, it gets very fingerprinty. You don't notice it too much when it's on.
Well, we just wiped this. We just actually
wiped
cleaned this
down.
off, but hold on.
Okay, so
that is a
all
touch
right, so
test.
Now I'm turning it off, and you literally could frame someone for murder with the number of fingerprints you can pull off this thing, because within seconds, because it is a touch device,
yeah, look
it's
at
gonna
that.
it's gonna get super fingerprinty.
Smudge-like.
Overall, we do like the iPhone Touch experience, and this is better because it's huge. And that's the one thing I want to say to people who say it's just like an iPhone Touch, a little bit louder. It's not. Like all the apps, everything is much more robust. And all I would say to you is use it and then judge it.
Right. It's okay to hate it after you've experienced it.
Of course it is. Go into an Apple store, play with it. If you think it sucks, then fine. But don't just say it's a giant. You honestly can't know until you play with it for a while.
Well, how does the experience translate to the primary uses here? Because I mean, obviously, it's for web browsing, checking email, watching YouTube videos, going through photos.
For the most part, it works extremely well. I mean, the iPhone never really did Safari justice, but the iPad makes complete use of this, and it makes it feel exactly the way you want it to. Pinch and zoom the large screen and the easy keyboard make it great. Of course, there's no flash.
Right.
We are getting reports that, like services like Brightcove are switching to HTML5.
Everybody's going to HTML5
Yeah,
now,
so maybe not now, but at some time in the near future, it might get sorted out one way or another. There's lots of other apps. Email and YouTube have been redesigned. I mean, like, gorgeous use of the real estate. They work better on the iPad. Makes a huge difference, like I said, because of all the room that you have. iWork apps like Pages and iBooks work really well, especially since they're integrated with email and other apps. Battery life is phenomenal, by the way. I got mine. Well, here's the thing. You can't USB charge it to your computer. So
it doesn't charge when you actually connect it?
It actually says not charging. So I have to plug into the wall to charge, but I had it for 36 hours, and I used it a bunch, and it still had 50%.
All right, well, here's the thing. It's sort of this in-between device, but
Right.
I felt like I had it on my coffee table, and if I wanted to check email or surf the web or do whatever, I got my phone for that, or my laptop, or I'll go to the desktop if I want to write a long
I
email.
had some of the same experience. It really is in between those two. If you're checking email, you'll probably do it on your phone. If you want to type slightly more than on your phone, you'll type on the iPad.
Yeah.
But if you really want to send a lot of emails,
You'll laptop or desktop.
right, or you'll buy the keyboard dock that comes extra with it.
All right, so as an in-between device at $500 for the 16 gig version with Wi-Fi, what would you rate it?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think for what it does, it's amazing. I mean, the Netflix app alone is insane, and it looks gorgeous. It's not going to replace a laptop, and you may need to buy other accessories. And no, it doesn't do flash. No, you can't multitask. No, there's no USB. Yeah, it's not perfect. You know what? Do you need this? No, like I said, you don't. If you don't want to buy it, don't. I don't care. Don't buy it.
You know what? I'm sorry, I just unfollowed you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
All that being said, I will say that it is a really gorgeous, cool media toy. I'm excited to see where the second generation is going to go. I think it's an interesting, cool first step.
And you're really glad that Apple gave you $10 and $5 million to say all this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Apple pays me millions of dollars like they do everyone.
Nobody was paid.
No,
we waited in line like everybody else.
Buy this like Steve Wozniak.
So there you have it. After the break, we're actually going to tell you how you can win an iPad. Not a pre-smudged one, a shiny new iPad.
Well, I would like to enter that.
You cannot, sir, but thank you.
Well, I think I can make a pretty good argument for you giving it to me.
I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, it's our epic giveaway, and we'll tell you how to win it after the break.
It's big, it's beautiful, and you're gonna love it.
Attack of the Show's Epic April. Weeknights at 7. Only on G4.